Hey everybody, it's Grady at Twin Creek Audio. I'm back in the studio today. I'm really back in the real studio today. I had a problem with the climate control, and then I had the plumbing leak, which caused me to have to clear out a bunch of things and do some wet vac and clean up in here. And mostly everything was okay. I didn't really lose very much. Only a couple of minor things were actually damaged in the water leak, so that's good. But before the water leak had happened, I have the Soundcraft Sapphire. You can see that there's something going on with that. So I've got to work on this. I've also started bringing the gear back in from the house little by little as I kind of get things out of the way so I can arrange it better and be somewhat organized with how I put the studio back together. So hang out with me while I do that over the next couple of videos, and then I'm going to have, the guitar demos, bass demo videos coming up. I'm going to have a video about the Behringer ADA8200 that's here in the rack. I've already taken some close-up shots of this when I first took it out of the box inside the house, but I brought this over and racked it up. You're also going to notice that there's some stuff missing from the rack here that used to be there, and that was some things that I cleared out after the water leak happened. They weren't damaged or anything, but I just, kind of did some selling and trading. Also got rid of my Alesis wedge. So I'm going to be bringing in some new pieces for future videos, and also so I can do some cool mixing demonstrations. And I guess while I'm waiting on the Sapphire to get back up and running, I'm going to do some mixing demonstrations with the Soundtrax Topaz that's over here underneath this Dracula cape that I bought back in 2001 for Halloween. It makes a good console cover though. It's, I don't know, like polyester or something. Pretty cool though. Dracula capes. For a console the size of the Topaz, I recommend a Dracula cape as a console cover. It's pretty great. So I'm putting stuff back together, so y'all hang out with me over the next couple of videos as I get things going. And right now I'm going to show you the new air conditioning system that I put in here, which is actually a split unit. Turns out it's pretty great for a studio because it's quieter than even the central air conditioning was, and it's much quieter than the portable AC unit that I had in here temporarily after the big one over here went out. So while I'm waiting to get the Sapphire back up and running, Gary's helping me to hook up the Topaz to the Motu 828 and the Behringer ADA8200 so that we can at least get 16 channels going through the Soundtrax Topaz and do a little out-of-the-box mixing. So I bought these two XLR to 4-inch. Wow, these bags are really tough to open. You got it?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so now we want to connect the outputs of the Behringer ADA8200 to the inputs, the tape returns on the Soundtrax Topaz. I don't know how much of this they're going to be able to see, but we're
going to try to make the best out of it.
Yeah, we're going to make the best of it. Okay, I'm going to hook up these, which are the outputs. In fact, we're going to have to move this. We're going to have to move these down so that the Motu 828 is the second interface. See, we'll just roll them like this so I keep them in order.
Gotcha.
So these are the outputs of the Motu that are going into the monitor tape inputs on the Soundtrax Topaz, because hopefully these cables are going to reach. Let's emulate the same kind of color code sequence we had over there. Let's do... I don't want to mess with the firewire cable here. Well, at least Behringer designed this in a halfway decent way. I mean, the little clips for the XLRs are on the top instead of some weird way. I'm just plugging these in whatever order we've got. Orange, yellow, white, blue.
Okay.
And so we're going to come over here and do orange, yellow, white, blue. You want to do the second one, Gary?
Sure. There you go.
Well, you come back here and do it if you want to.
Okay.
you're just going to plug in the same color order, orange, yellow, white, blue, from 5 to 8, and plug them into the rest of this row.
Okay.
Yeah, my knees are getting too old. Here you go. You can go. I'm gonna let
Orange, yellow, white, blue, right?
let Gary help do this.
Ow.
Okay, Gary's gonna hook up the last 4 outputs from the Behringer 80A 8200 to the monitor tape inputs on the Soundtrax Topaz. It's sad seeing the Sapphire sitting over there not working. But the Topaz works really well too, and while I'm waiting to get that thing up and running again, I'll just go back to using the Topaz for a while. I'm sure all the guys in like the Topaz groups on Facebook and all that will probably really enjoy some of these videos with the Topaz because, you know, it's never given me hardly any trouble. Awesome. Good work.
Sweet.
So right now I'm back behind the Soundtrax Topaz and the racks. Since I'm trying to fix the Sapphire, still I'm reconnecting the B-rig over here in the studio so that I can do some mixes and stuff. I still got a lot of work to do. Gotta find some more insert cables for one thing. Because this thing's not connected to the big patch bay over there on the Sapphire except for the main outs. And probably I'll put a set of main ends on that cable that goes to the Sapphire patch bay so that I can mix from this rig over into the main rig, things like that. Lots of fun. And here's what I'm dealing with behind this console. Each one of these channels has a tiny screw at the bottom of the module, and you've got a ribbon cable that has to come out. Now they all are labeled. There you go, that's 19. I hope you can see that. I'm just trying to document this process a little bit. Here's where the tie lines connect. I've got 2 that aren't connected to anything. I need to buy some more Elco snakes in the near future as I get more outboard gear for the studio. So here's the Sapphire with channels 17 through 24, the master section, and all 3 of the stereo channels removed and disconnected. That way we can get down in there and try to figure out what the problem is. So I started out by numbering the strips that I was going to take off with my label gun, since these have a bus assignment jumper, which I didn't really have to do that because I can always change those bus assignments back to put these in the proper place. But I just did it so I don't have to mess with that too. And so I've removed the master section, the stereo channels, and all the 17 to 24, which is enough to expose this board back here. And then I should be able to disconnect the rest of the power from this. But I'm going to wait till the tech comes to see what else I need to do to get the Sapphire back up and running. And yes, I'm wearing a different shirt now than in some of the previous clips in this video. That's because the studio is haunted, so I called Ghostbusters and they gave me this Ghostbusters t-shirt for calling them. Who you gonna call when your studio is haunted? Ghostbusters. Well, I hope you enjoyed getting to see my struggles here in the studio, getting things set back up and trying to get the studio back up to 100%. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm going to have some mixing demonstrations with the Soundtrax Topaz while I'm waiting to get the Soundcraft Sapphire back up and running. Also going to have a couple of guitar demos, a couple of bass demos, and probably one about this Behringer 80A 8200 optical audio interface with the Midas mic preamps. I haven't even really tried the mic preamps out, just a little bit to see if they work. So we're going to be doing that. So I hope you'll stick with me. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell icon once for periodic updates on new uploads here on the Twin Creek Audio YouTube channel, and twice for more frequent updates on new uploads here on the Twin Creek Audio YouTube channel. And I hope you all have an excellent day, night, evening, weekend, weekday, hour, minute, second, nanosecond, whatever it is you're having. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.